everyone! So in this video, I'm going to help you develop your own vibrato. Yes, the video is here. Sorry it took so long. Anyways. So there are 3 types of vibrato. There's arm vibrato, wrist vibrato, and finger vibrato. But finger vibrato is something you might want to look at further down your violin career. Not right now. So let's focus on arm vibrato and wrist vibrato. So wrist vibrato, the movement comes from the wrist. Arm vibrato, the movement comes from the forearm. So like you're moving that muscle to get the vibrato sound. So let's jump into some exercises. So here is a wrist vibrato exercise. I showed you guys this in class already. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your pointer finger on your right hand, and you're gonna get your left hand. You're gonna go like this. Get your pointer finger. And your pointer finger is gonna go like almost side by side, I think. No, I'm lying. So this part of your pointer finger is gonna go to the side of your thumb, to like the right side of your thumb. Left on your left hand. Oh, this is confusing. So you're like this, right? And you're gonna get one of your fingers, one of these 2 fingers. I think you could do it like this, but that's kind of hard since you're like kind of contorting your hand a certain way. So you're gonna get one of these 2 fingers. I have baby hands. And you're gonna get that first joint right there. So you're gonna put it right here, and you're gonna flatten the curve created by those first knuckle. You're gonna flatten it by moving your wrist and rebend it only by moving your wrist. So this creates like a sort of flexibility within your wrist. You're practicing the motion over and over again, so once you like apply it to your, like when you're on the violin, it comes easier. It just kind of expedite is a very exaggerated word to use. And you can do the same with your middle finger. Just bend it. I don't use a vibrato. I never really practiced this, so I'm kind of like doing it like a beginner would. So this helps to kind of add flexibility to these joints, and that helps with your wrist getting the motion and applying it to violin. So now we're gonna do an arm vibrato exercise. And for this exercise, we're only using the violin. We're not using the bow yet. And for this exercise, we're only using the violin. We're not using the bow. You can put your bow down. So move your hair if you have long hair. Okay. And put your violin on your person, as so. And you are going to get one of your fingers. I recommend starting with the middle finger. Let's start the middle strings, the D and the A string. Put them anywhere on there. Middle finger. So what you're gonna do is, your wrist is flat. Make sure you don't have like a bent wrist. Your wrist is flat. You're relaxed. Relax. And now you're gonna get to, again, your right hand, and you're gonna push in the palm. Let me get close up. So you're gonna push, too close. So you're gonna push, and your finger's bent, and you're gonna get the back of your hand and push. Now your finger's ultra bent. So you're gonna push, so flatten it, bend it, flatten it, bend it, all while keeping the wrist perfectly flat, perfectly still. Well, not perfectly, but you just want to keep that foundation, I guess. So you're pushing, back and forth, then back and forth, then see what I just did? I kind of went like that. But since this is an arm vibrato exercise, you want the motion to come from here. Of course, don't be tense. So don't be like, oh, I can't move my wrist, so therefore I'm gonna tense up. No, don't tense up. Be perfectly relaxed. We're working on the flexibility, so you don't want to be tense. So now we're going to get our 3rd finger. Do this with all the fingers, especially the pinky finger. And just do that for a while. I'd say no more than 10 minutes. I can't really do my pinky, because it's ultra flexible. It's really hard for me because my pinky locks. Enough about me. So those are some exercises you can do to develop wrist vibrato and arm vibrato. So now let's go to exercises with the bow. Okay, and for this, you have to turn on the metronome. I'm gonna set my metronome at about 70. Let's go 70. I'm gonna turn on the metronome. Okay, oh wait, I'm a violin. So for this exercise, get your bow. Move your hair. And put your violin on your person. And now you're gonna put your bow on the string. And don't jump right into this exercise. You wanna have the motion down first before you apply this exercise. So this is like level 2. Level 1 is the exercises without the bow. This is level 2. Okay. Pick any note, and we are going to vibrato to the beat, I guess. So first we'll do quarter notes. Yay! And congratulations. Now let's go to like level 2.2. So now we're going to do 8 notes. So we're gonna go down subdivisions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you want to slur 4 beats per bow. So now since we got 8 notes, we've been practicing 8 notes for a while, we're getting the gist of it, we're getting the motion down. Now we're going to go to 16 notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a bump up the metronome. I'm gonna go bump up the metronome. Okay, so the metronome has been bumped up 10 beats, so we went from 70 to 80. We're starting quarter notes again. See how it's kind of sounding more like vibrato more and more as the farther you go? So I suggest doing that to kind of like keep consistency. Okay, wait, let me turn off the metronome. What was I saying? That exercise, it helps with consistency within vibrato by building up those muscles or the flexibility. So that way you can go for long periods of time doing vibrato without like kind of sputtering out or burning out, you could say. It creates a consistent, clean, neat vibrato that just sounds good. Yes, this metronome exercise I would say is very helpful. Those are the exercises I have for you when it comes to like developing your vibrato. You can definitely like go Google more exercises if you're curious. It took me about 2 years to develop my vibrato and I'm pretty proud of it. So it's definitely not going to come overnight. Maybe like I'd give it like a few months, and maybe if you're like a really fast learner, it'll come like I'd say 3-5 months if you're like super fast, I guess. I don't know, I don't have a good conception of time. I'm just gonna demonstrate arm vibrato real quick. You can definitely go ahead and look up videos. But see how my wrist is still? So that's all I have for you. That's really all I have for you. Okay, so let's do a quick overview of what we did. So there are 3 types of vibrato: arm, wrist, finger. But we're focusing on the first 2. So we did that little wrist vibrato exercise, developing flexibility within the wrist and the finger joints. The first joint within 2 of your fingers. And then we did the arm vibrato exercise, which develops flexibility in your fingers mostly, and kind of gets the motion of what arm vibrato is. Then we did the metronome exercises, which you can do with any type of vibrato you may develop, and it helps create consistency and helps develop flexibility. So it's another flexibility one. You can practice vibrato while you're practicing major scales. That's something you can do. Yeah, just practice slowly, you'll get it, trust me. Like, you will get vibrato in the blink of an eye. It'll feel like the blink of an eye. And it's definitely worth it to like practice consistently. Like, I didn't practice consistently, that's why it took me 2 years. But yeah, I'm proud of you guys, and I believe in you guys. You guys can do it. Okay, bye everyone.